Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your first of two monthly readings for May. We're going to start doing the monthly readings according to the signs. So basically we're going to be looking at your Astroflower, looking at the elements within your Astroflower and the qualities, and seeing how that interacts with the elements and qualities of the Astroflower of Taurus, because we are in Taurus season at the moment. And then we will be pulling a set of cards on that, so you can really sort of see which ones are the most important ones, which parts of life you should be really pushing more than anything else, which parts are going to be a lot easier and stuff like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the reading. Let's bring up the Astroflower. So here we have the Astroflower in front of us. What the first thing you'll notice is the different shapes. So cardinals are triangular symbols, fixed are square, and mutables are round circles. And you can see on your flower here, going up around the top of the flower, you've got fire because you're a fire sign, but at your base you do actually have air. And Sagittarius is one of those two signs, along with Capricorn, which is made up of two different things. Sagittarius is made up of the horse with the torso of a man, but firing an arrow into the sky. And Sagittarius is the connection between the land and the sea, between the earth and air. Capricorn is the connection between the water and earth. So because Capricorn is also made up of two things, a goat and a fish. So this explains a little bit about why you've got 2/3 fire at your top and 1/3 air at the bottom. There is also another particularity about Sagittarius, because you're very particular like that. If you notice, in the rest of all the elements that are within inside your flower, none of it is fire. The only fire you have is the interaction with the world that is around you, be that on a spiritual level or on a physical level, on a material level. And here at the Astroflower, we would call that a false element sign. And you actually have more air in your sign than you do fire. Now, the sign opposite you is Gemini, and that's what we're going to be going into in the next part of May. That's going to be very interesting because Gemini is a mutable sign, but it is in the same situation, but the opposite to yourself. So it actually is an air sign and has fire at its base, but it has more fire than it does air in their sign. And you get the same thing for Capricorn, which is just next to you, and the same thing for Cancer, which is just next to you. You do have 4 pure signs: Pisces, water, Aries, fire, Virgo, earth, and Libra, air. Okay, so that's all the fixed signs are sort of stable sign. It really is a fixed sign. It doesn't move away from its elements in any particular way. So just looking at your flower here, this is your relationship side, and this is your financial side, or your interaction with the physical world, and this is your interaction with the spiritual world, energy, that sort of thing. Well, energy goes across everything, but more sort of spirit, emotions, relationships, that sort of thing. This here is more to do with money, projects, houses, construction, physical health, a lot more than that sort of thing. But you do get the physical health on both sides as well. And just one thing to notice here, you have nothing but fixed signs coming through you on this side, apart from this petal here. And the main thing is that water, which comes in from Scorpio, which is just next to you. So that Scorpio energy comes in through there, and they have water and air. And then on the other side, you have Aquarius, which brings in that air, and then it has that water at the base. Okay, so within your relationships or emotional sides and stuff like that, it seems to be your emotions, excuse me, your emotions that is within inside you, the internal conversation, is very well defined. And it's also your mental state or your mental approach or your air energy your intuition, how you put it with yourself mentally, is also very stable. It has particular conditions. It's when you apply it to the outside world and interact with that fire going through you, which changes, obviously. When you do interact with someone else, it's going to not necessarily change, but it may put in question the fixedness of your ideals according to emotions and mental states. There is two different things. The first thing it says, as I said, there's a mutable down there, and this is where you connect to your mutable, your next mutable sign, which is Pisces, which is pure water, which comes in down there, and also Capricorn, which is up the top there, which is cardinal. So in emotional sort of states, as you like it to be very active, physical in regards to relationships. And obviously this could be physical between two people, but this could also be physical in regards of activities, doing things, just being present physically in the world in regards to relationships and doing things. And it's got to come in from the outside world. So it's an interaction with the outside world. And that's what that cardinal fire, earth, tends to do. And Capricorn's not the fastest of cardinal signs. So, you know, at the same time, it's very stable in that sort of respect. It's the fire that changes everything. On your financial side, you get all the cardinals. You're a go-getter, really, when it comes to doing projects, when it comes to doing business, when it comes to doing, your job and etc. And you do have that cardinal earth and water coming in from Capricorn, which comes in across from your emotional state. So basically, there's a lot of things that you may be doing in your life that you do for a reason, which allows you to explore your relationship side on a physical sense. So I earn this amount of money, so I can do this. And sometimes it's difficult to look much further than your nose in regards to, I've earned this amount of money and I'm going to blow it on this, which is great, but you haven't really put anything aside. That's where the cardinal air coming in from Libra helps you out. And this is also tied into your karmic path here. So there is a certain degree where you will go out looking for certain budgets in regards to your job, business, and projects. It will be important to you. And that's where that air as well can affect on your mutable energy or your fire mutable energy on the outside. It will affect your interaction. You'll be going after and go-getting. I've been talking a lot about doubt within Sagittarius over the past, it seems like quite a long time. And it's a doubt from within. And that doubt comes from this. One last thing to notice is this air, water, air, water, air, water, all across the base of you, apart from this one, which you have air and earth, which leads into that sort of going, getting. But the thing is, with air and water, it doesn't really mix. So it's like mixing your mental state and your emotions. It doesn't work all the time. And when it doesn't work, it can put a lot of doubt into your life. And this is actually an incredibly important part of your life, of knowing where you're going in your karmic path and etc. Okay? So let's just have a look now at how it combines with the Taurus season. So let's just bring in the Taurus in combined. So now you're starting to see other symbols on your flower here. So for example, up here, you can see a faded green square. So that comes in from Taurus, because Taurus is earth with fire at its base, which works actually really well for you in regards of getting things done, because it stimulates. Look at this at the bottom now. You've got on one side here, you've got now air and fire, which is really good because fire needs air, and fire needs air to convert it into emotions, which that's what you have on your inside. But also at the same time, you have this fire, this earth. It's the same thing on your karmic message on your relationship side and karmic message on your financial side. The earth and air combination makes for very fertile land. And once you start involving air and fire together, you've got all four elements for what you need to plant and create what you need. You've got a lot of possibilities within you at the moment, and you can be highly productive if you choose to be. Okay. This is where it plays in a little bit funny. So on your flower, you have this crossing point, which is just below the sort of interaction with the outside world. And you have the earth coming in with the fixed water. Cardinal earth and fixed water can sometimes make for life a little bit boggy sometimes, but it can also make for that you never want for emotions when you're going after what you want. That's the other side of it. It can play really well. But you do have the opposite here. You have the air playing with fire, air playing with earth, sorry, and fire and water. So it may become very clear for you what you want in this next 3 weeks, but actually putting it into practice might be a little bit frustrating. That's the caveat that you've got to pay attention to. And I think this is where you've got to play a little bit with the passion that's coming in from outside of life, and which comes in from Taurus, which is this cardinal energy which comes in from Aries in Taurus, and that mutable energy that comes in from Gemini. Now this works, the Gemini thing works really well for you because it is your opposite sign. So here on your relationship side, I think it's going to become, it will help you to be a lot clearer about what you want in regards to relations, in regards to people around you. And this could be one-to-one as much as family, friends, community, and so forth, even with work colleagues. It's just how you enact your emotions in your material sense, your business job and your projects. And this is where you could have conflictual passions and emotions. That's the negative side. The positive side is when you want to make a cup of tea, you need to boil water. So it can actually serve a great purpose for you. But you need to have a control over that amount of passion that you allow into your life and be very clear about it. And we might well see that on the tarot reading. So that's what it's all about. And as we go forward, every sign will be a monthly reading, and we will go straight into the combination of the flowers. Okay. So yes, without further ado, let's get into your reading. Overall energies here, karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence on the universe, influence on past self, future self, general outcome on your relationship side, same thing on your financial side. Okay. So welcome to the Astroflower. Yes, welcome to the family. I hope you have a lovely reading. Let's see what's going on for you. Chariot, loads of people are getting the Chariot. Things are really picking up. Speedy. And I think this is what ties into that sort of cardinal fire that comes down there. You have a great propensity, I think that's the right word, or potential of creating a direction for you that is very rewarding, that goes very quickly, and it gets you places. It gets you going places. And yeah, with that productive side at the bottom there, with that coming in from your relationship side, I think that's where it's going to play the most, more than anything else. We'll see that with the cards. But I think the general energy, and this is the energy that's around you, that affects you on the immediate, everyday basis, will seem like it's going fast. And that's where you've got to judge that passion coming in, to really give it, give it focus and know what you want to get out of it. Okay. On your karmic path, you get the moon. This is quite good because you do have Scorpio. This is a Scorpio card. You get that on the mental side. So it actually, I think it's asking you here on this next 3 weeks is actually to explore this combination to see what is fertile and what sort of, how much mental input you need to put into things in order to provoke the passions in life. And I think it's discovering a lot about yourself here. I think that's what your karmic path is on your relationship side. Yeah, it's certainly going to make you smarter. And this is from the influence on the universe. The universe is sort of saying, if you want life to go quickly for you, really get places, you're going to have to explore the unseen. And when you do explore the unseen, that's what's going to make you smarter. You're going to avoid a lot of complications in life if you understand the undercurrents of your own personal goals and directions and how that plays into you mentally and emotionally by the looks of things, in accordance to with the passions and the demands, the physical demands of the outside world, basically. And I think you're going to be very surprised by it in a very nice way. From your past self, excuse me, you get the King of Cups. Yes, I think you found stability within your life, a lot more stability within your life. This could have been within sort of, I think it was sparked more than anything else during sort of Aries season, which was just before Taurus. And I think you found a rhythm that corresponded to you. And this rhythm here, this Aries energy, is still flowing through you now. And this is where you've got to use your past, the understandings which helped you to feel comfortable about the relationships and the inputs and the exchange, how you now convert it into your everyday life. That's what it seems like there. Yeah, happiness after difficulty. Yeah, I think it has, as I said before, I think it's been very difficult. And now you're getting to you should be in a much better space. Yes, there is questions being asked. You're still asking questions. But you should be in a place where you can confront these questions. And I think it's a good idea to actually look at the things you don't normally look at, and apply your happiness to it. And I think this is your future self. So this is you're going to convert that in this 3-week period. And that's what's going to come out of it as we go into Gemini season, which is beautiful for you. Absolutely beautiful for you, Gemini season. And I think you're heading towards that. This is this month here, Taurus season, where you just need to keep your nerve and keep the boat stable, know where you're going, explore the horizon and see what's possible for you. King of Pentacles, knowledge, understanding. That's what you're learning here. And, the universe is bringing you that. And you can apply that into your relationships to make you feel incredibly at one with yourself and empowered. It's a Taurus card as well. This is it. You're understanding Taurus, which I think will be incredibly rewarding to you as you go forward. Because then earth signs will become a lot more productive for you in the going future. Because earth signs are not too bad, because you need earth. A fire needs the wood to burn. And then it takes the air and it converts the air into emotion. And that's what you're doing down here. That's how your interaction with the outside world will be defined about how you position yourself on your karmic path and with the connection with the universe that is around you. Okay? Let's see what's going on in your karmic path and your financial side. As I said, go getter. And that's what that is there. It's with mutable water that comes in from Taurus, the Pisces that comes in from Taurus, covering, and you've got your cardinal air coming through there. And I think here is basically the mutable water is sort of saying, put your emotions into it, but just don't plant your flagpole yet. Don't dig your heels in emotionally. Allow your emotions to literally just kind of go, yeah, one way, no way. I'm not really getting too involved. Don't get carried away. And that's when you can really start heading for your ultimate goals and desires. From your universe side, you get the Tower moment. Now, you have this productive thing going on, but it's in an opposite sort of, it's still in that sort of sense where you've got the earth and water and fire and air. A lot of people have been getting the Tower. I've got to say it to you now. I think I would say around about 75% of the signs that I've done so far has had the Tower. And they tend to have it in this sort of position, either from the influence in the universe or from the future self. And I think this is more something that's coming from the outside. And this is a question here for you to adapt mentally and physically, materialistically, to any possible job offer, any possible career move or business opportunity or project. But keeping your emotions and your passions fixed. Don't allow them to fly off. That's what that's all about. As the world changes around you, do not get emotionally involved in it. Do not get passionately emotionally involved in it, because you will lose a grip on that and that. And that's the two there that you really want to be protecting, I think, more than anything else. So you get speedily on to where you should be going. Okay? So I would just be wary of what's coming in from the outside world. Okay? In that respect. In the past, you get the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I think so you've got the fire and earth on the outside, your fire and earth from Taurus, and you get the fire and you get the earth and water, which is in this section here. So this is actually really quite productive here. And what it's saying here is the confusion that it may have created in the past in regards to jobs and business and stuff like that, the doubt that is within you, whether I should go for this job, whether I shouldn't, whether I should open this business. Done. Over with. Finished with. Start concentrating on getting your fire, your passions going for the outside world. And I think that's what's going to really make you a lot more productive as you go forward, just by letting the past go. And yes, in your future self, you get the Five of Swords. Now, this is where it's incredibly tricky. You get air, you get fire with, I put it down, fire with water, opposites. Not really well up for one another. Earth and air, opposites. Not really up for one another. Air and water. It's like the air and earth, they're semi-opposites in a way. So they're not really great, they're not really bad, they're neither here nor there. The only thing that is really working for you is on the outside where you got the fire and the earth. And this is where you need to control your passions. This is where you need to choose that actually there's some things in this coming in, especially in Gemini. Don't waste your time in Gemini. I think this is what this is saying here. Don't waste your time in Gemini. Realize that some things are not worth winning. And that's where you've got to realize what you want to put your passions into at the moment, so you can convert that Five of Swords into something like the Six of Wands, for example, going forward. The general outcome, you get the Page of Pentacles. Yes, I think you're learning a lot about Earth. The more you can learn about the Earth energies, the quicker it's going to go, the better you're going to be. The Page is all about learning to be a knight, and the Knight of Pentacles is planting seeds for his own future. And that's what I think you should be concentrating on in this next sort of like 3 weeks. Okay? Let's just do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers cards. How's it going? Is it working for you? Because I'll tell you what, the Astroflower is amazing. It's not just tarot. Tarot is a minute part of the Astroflower. And I don't think anybody realizes this. And I've got to start telling people about the Astroflower, because it's really important. It's a very good tool to help you of how you confront life. Okay? Overall energies, Nine of Swords. I think this is what it's taking you away from. It's certainly on your financial side. There is no doubt about it. The more you engage clinically with your life, the quicker it will go. The more you will walk away from any sort of complications, financial complications, love complications, repetitive nightmare scenarios. You're walking away from it. Ah, there's 2 cards that want to come out here. Look at that, Death and Rebirth. Death and Rebirth and the Wheel of Fortune coming out with the Moon. This is what's making you smarter, I think, on this karmic path. The moment you start exploring the things that are unseen, it is going to change your world. It really is going to rock your world, and it's going to make you incredibly fortuitous. Luck will be playing in your favor. Certainly when we go into the Gemini season, it's going to be everything's going to step up a gear for you. It's going to be great if you set yourself right during Taurus. Learning about your passions, learning about that fire. This is what the universe is telling you here. Learning about the fire. This is what another page is all about. You've got another page at the top there. And this is learning about that fire that's coming through here. You know, it's coming very close to your influence in the universe. And the universe will give you consistent passion to learn about. And once you do start learning how to push your passions around, that's what's going to make you smart. That's what's going to stop you from creating scenarios which you don't want to be involved in, in the going future. King of Cups. Yeah, I think, as I said, from the past, certainly during Aries season, I think you put yourself in a really beautiful place. And I think you did it. You took yourself to calmer shores. And it was a tough order, I think. You had a hard time. And you've just got to remember that you now know that you can do it. With the 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, you get the 9 of Cups. Once you realize and get out of that rain cloud and into the 10 of Cups and see the rainbow for what it really is, this is when you're going to realize the volume of beautiful possibilities which plays into that in such a good way. Plays into that. That's all sort of influencing. That's what's coming through from Gemini. It's really looking good for you. Once you realize it, you're going to realize there's loads of things that are possible for you to discover and to explore. And that comes from the unknown through the moon. With the King of Pentacles, you get the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there is a lot of work concerning Taurus. You're dealing with this work with Taurus. You're understanding the energies of Taurus, which is really good for you, incredibly good for you. It's going to turn, as I said, fire and earth, they work well together. Fire and, earth and water work a lot better. Earth and earth work a lot better. Then comes earth and fire because you consume that earth. So this is why you need to learn about that energy so you can use it to propel you forward, going forward. And knuckling down emotionally and understanding that foundation is going to set you up so nicely. What you put into life, you will get out. On your financial side, your dreams and aspirations, you get the 3 of Pentacles. You're learning about these Pentacles again. You really are learning about these Pentacles. And you've got to recognize, and I think you should, when you're going for the ultimate goal, you should recognize how your strengths, really good aspects of you, because other people will recognize that. And then you can recognize the strength in others. And that's when you can combine your strengths in others to mitigate that situation. Rather than getting in a situation where with people that are not really there for your benefit or for their benefit or the collective benefit, they're in there just for their benefit only, you know what I mean, and complications that could arise from it. The moment you realize that and you start working with good people, it's going to make your life incredibly easier. Yeah, I think this is a good tower moment. I think this comes in from a realization from the dead, done and dusted thing in the past. And as the world around you, it may well be collapsing because you're changing your approach to life. That could well be it. Or you're going off in a direction with that card there. You're going off in a direction, and maybe the outside world doesn't really understand that. And that's what creates a tower moment for everybody around you rather than within you. And that complication there, may need a leap of faith of believing in yourself more than anything else. From the dead, done and dusted with, you get the Hierophant, my most favorite card in the pack because I'm a Capricorn earth sign. It's knowing those physical steps you need to take in order to get to the star. And that's what you've got at your base in your karmic path. You've understood this. You've understood that there's certain things in the past that were really holding you back, or your approach in life and your doubt that it was within you was holding you back. And you've realized that. And now you know the steps that you need to take with the Page of Wands in order to really start planting those beautiful seeds for a beautiful future. Yeah, this is a realization. This is what I'm saying here. This realization that is going through you at the moment is phenomenal. Within your workspace, you're realizing your dreams and aspirations, your good qualities that were going to take you there. You know the steps because you're not going to repeat the same nightmare scenarios in the past. And this is going to be an ascension moment, which is going to take you away from any sort of conflictual situations that may occur in the near future. And when you take away the complications, you're only left with the good. And that's when you can really start pushing the boundaries. Learning about this earth energy connection with you at the moment, I think is really important. And it's learning about this crossing point just under the surface. It is a beautiful gift that you are giving yourself more than anything else, I think. It could produce, and this is where you get the Star and the 3 of Pentacles, it could produce a really good job offer. in this next sort of 3 weeks, or promotion, or an opportunity to go into a project, whatever it is, it's boding very well for you and your development. But I think it's more you that's creating the gift of this situation. And it has a lot to do with communication and so forth. And I think that's what that water there of that page, Knight of Cups, when you're moving from the Page of Pentacles into the Knight of Cups, is that water that's resisting a little bit of that cardinal passion that's coming in through Taurus. That Aries sort of energy that I was talking about there, which seems to be the most important thing that you need to get under control. If you've got it under your control, it's going to open some beautiful doors for you. Yeah, we've got lots of stuff on Cymatic TV, our sister channel, which is a channel all about energy. I've got a great video coming out there. I'm still in the process of editing about an energy portal and spirits and how they affect people's houses and etc. Absolutely great video with some real-time examples. Yeah, so you know, go over to Cymatic TV, subscribe over there, and click the bell for notifications, so then you know when that video is coming out. I will either see you over there or I'll see you here, whichever way it is. It'd be lovely to see you again. Thank you very much for all the support that you show on this channel, and I will see you soon. In the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.